Hey everyone, welcome back to Toasty TCG. So this weekend I went to my very first GOAT format tournament at my local game store. They just started doing monthly GOAT tournaments recently. Um, I just started playing GOAT about like a month or two ago when I just kind of picked up a deck. I used to play GOAT back in high school with some friends online. I decided I want to get back into GOAT. So I started building a deck. I started playing people at locals during between rounds. During regionals, I just find people that are playing GOAT, selling anything GOAT related. Um, so overall, it's been like really cool to finally get to my first tournament. We had 11 people, 4 rounds, pretty cool time. Um, I got second place, and this is the deck I played. It was kind of like a mixture between like what people say is like it's Chaos Control and Chaos Turbo. People have been saying like it's kind of like a blend between the two styles. So I think that's like really neat. Like people kind of recognize that it's like kind of like my own thing. So I think that's always like cool. Always feel like a cool thing. So getting to the list. First we got the obvious Trinity. Basically things that don't really need to be explained. You know, Heavy Storm, Snatch Steal. Got Sangan, Tribe Infecting, Warrior Lady, Breaker, Serpent, BLS, Chaos Sork, Tsukiyomi, Ring of Destruction, Mirror Force, and MST. Pretty much the obvious ones, but feel free to ask if you want to. Then moving on, just like my flips, I decided that I wanted to play 2 Faith, 2 Assailant, 2 Spy, 2 Dekoichi. The reasoning behind this is I didn't want to play 3 of anything, so I didn't want to like lose my entire engine off of a single knock. So I decided to like split my engine across 8 different cards that all generate their own type of value. Especially like I wanted to do like cool discard synergies with like the Tribe Infecting, some other cards I'm playing, so like Night Assailant. Spy is just like this really popular card in like modern day GOAT from what I've been seeing, so just had to like try it out myself, and I've very much liked it. The Koichi for card draw, and then Magician of Faith, Magician of Faith. Um, then just like other things I decided to play. Of course, like things like creature swaps. I like these a lot just because I can get like one of my flips, get one of their effects, then swap it away. Or like I have like of course Scapegoat in this deck, so it's like Scapegoat, steal like one of their cool things. And then there's like other neat synergies where you can like snatch steal something meaningless. They have like 2 guys on the field, and you can creature swap away like the worst card to try to take the better card. So that way they can't choose to, like give you the worst card right off the rip from the creature swap. I think that things like that are really cool. Obviously 2 Nox. I like the ratio, just 3 metas, 3 scapegoats. I just always want to see these cards. I have a lot of ways just like take my opponent's cards too. So just being able to like take my opponent's card and then metamorphose it away into like any level. Besides, I don't think there's level 2, but apart from that, and it's like Scapegoat. Scapegoat just like it's always a good card in my opinion. Like just always having like the ability to just put guys on the field or just being able to have a target for metamorphosis. It's like chainable to things like Heavy Storm. I just like this card a lot. Um, 3 Thunder Dragons. I like this card also a lot. This card, I'm pretty sure I saw this in like 99% of my opening hands today. It was really great. The only time that wasn't so great was in round 3. I played the Mirror, and I opened 2 of it all 3 games. Like even going into game 3, I had like all 3 in my deck next to each other. So when I was siding, I just like put one on top, one on bottom, one in the middle before I shuffled it, just to make sure they were all separated. And I just drew all 2 of them again anyway. So you know, that is what it is. 1 Kaiku. I like Kaiku a lot, just for like if I do play the Mirror. Just big body. My opponents can't banish. And finally, just 2 Raigeki breaks. This is another kind of like discard synergy like I'm talking about. I like this card a lot. Just really good, just spot removal. Another type of card that just is chainable to Heavy Storm, MST, things like that. So definitely type of card I just really enjoy seeing and playing. Moving on to the side deck, 2 Kinetic Soldiers. 2 felt really good. I never felt like I needed the 3rd one. I never felt like I was seeing it too much. And it's also searchable off Sangan, so that's really cool. Just, you know, for warriors, any type of deck like that. Round 1, I played like against Chaos Warriors. So side these in against like force out like interaction a lot. If they don't have interaction, then they take a lot of damage. Swords of Revealing Light. This card feels really good in GOAT. This is just a really great card, just turning off 3 battle phases. It feels like a time walk, honestly, but for 3 turns. Like, the battle phase is just so huge in GOAT that just denying your opponent it for such a long period of time can just, like, get you the value you need to just win games outright. If they don't see an out to this card, like, it's just super easy to, like, win a game. Card Destruction. My reasoning behind this, like, I used to main deck Card Destruction, but I found, like, if I was going first, if I was going to game 1 blind, and just, like, you play against, like, a Chaos deck, you just turn on their engine at the same time. So I feel like this is better just, like, when I play against, like, non-Chaos decks, I'd rather see this. So that way I get, like, more value out of Card Destruction than they will. Versus, like, going into game 1, not know I play Card Destruction, turn on that, get them a bunch of value, too. Or if, like, say I play against, like, an Earth aggro deck, or Warrior, or Burn deck, then game 2 I can Card Destruction, and they basically just lose 5 cards. Doesn't really, like, help them in any way. Versus I Card Destruction, I get, like, the value of, like, my Night Assailants, I put, like, Sinister Serpents in the grave, or Thunder Dragons, and just get more cards deeper into my deck. Torrential Tribute, this is more just, like, for go wide deck, so I play against, like, Kato TK, or Reasoning Gate. I like my removal to be more like spot removal, so I don't like this in my main deck. I'd rather just play against the decks where it's just like OTKs, things like that. This is just like basically for those decks versus like the risk of like wiping my own board too, because it's like a tempo type deck, so I didn't want to like set myself back. The only time I want to like see this is like if my opponents are summoning a ton of monsters early and just trying to win the game outright, then I can just like torrential, and it's gonna be like, it can usually just end the game for them while I still have like so many different options in deck. So like you play against like a Reasoning Gate, or you play against like a Panda Burn or a Kato TK, and you just torrential them on their like their Panda, or after they resolve like a Dimension Fusion. Torrential is just so huge against decks like that. Third Raigeki Break. Again, I just like the synergy that this provides with like the rest of my deck. This is probably like one of my favorite GOAT cards right now. Just like it hits anything. Usually, like you discard something that like gets you into value, or it's something like a Thunder Dragon or a Serpent, so you never really like lose anything. I like this card a lot. 2 Sakuretsu Armors. This is probably like one of the first cards I like really caught on to when I started playing GOAT. And I was super into it at first, but I don't really play this card anymore. I don't really like, I can't remember the last time I Sakuretsu'd Armored while testing for GOAT, for anything like that, and just like, I don't know, it doesn't really like, I don't really vibe with it anymore, but I still just play 2 for some reason. I don't know, it could probably be something else. I could probably cut these aren't like really the best card in my opinion. Second Kaiku, so that way if I'm playing the mirror, I can like have 2 Kaikus. I could play a third Kaiku maybe, but I don't know, I just like the one in the main, one on the side right now. 1 Royal Decree. I thought about playing 3, but I saw like most control lists really just play 1. So I tried 1 and I never regretted it. It's one of those cards where it's like, I'm never like super desperate to see it. There's never a situation where, like, if I side it in, I'm never going to be sad when I see it either. It's just one of those, it's just such a good card. It's, there's a lot of times where, like, I'll see it, I can just, like, set it on the board for such a long time, and, like, my opponents just won't know what it is until, like, it's too late and they play into the Royal Decree. Or, like, I have it right away, and it's just, like, such a great answer to whatever they're doing. But yeah, I definitely like the 1 Royal Decree. I never felt bad about playing just playing the single copy. 2 Mobius the Frost Monarchs. This card is cool. I played against like a Slime Burn control deck, and it's like dropping Mobius against decks like that. Just huge. Just like Mobius wins games a lot. He's just really that guy. And then finally, it's like a, I don't want to say like this is like my own like tech, but like, oh, it's Jar Greed. But like the reason behind Jar Greed in the side deck is so like if I play against like a burn deck or something like that, or like any deck where the goal is to invalidate my side deck while also like being kind of like, well, also you're playing cards that aren't really good in your main deck against this matchup. I can just side out anything that's bad, just throw in Jar of Greeds, and now this lets me usually out tempo whatever I'm playing against, and also make sure that like my side deck's not like useless. I like this card a lot. But yeah, that's like my GOAT deck, extra deck, just obvious, bunch of stuff, different levels. Yeah, like round one, I played against the Chaos Warrior deck. Round two, I played against like Slime, Burn, Chaos, Control, and then round three, I played the Mirror, and then round four, I played against like I don't know, if it's kind of like an undefined deck. I feel like it was like a mix of a lot of things. It was like there's like zombies going on. There's like Pyramid Turtle, Giant Rat, Ryukoki. There's like Chaos Package, like Magical Merchant. There's Trap Dust Shoot, which I really didn't expect in like a control deck. There's so much like just going on with that deck. It was really neat. And I finished 3-1. Like I mentioned, like my only loss was to the Mirror from because I opened like two Thunders all 3 games. That just hurt like so much. But yeah, that was like my first time playing GOAT tournament. That was my experience with it. I had a great time. Let me know like your thoughts and opinions on like this pile of cards I'm playing for GOAT. And until next time, guys.